have somebody right here next to me, and I'm probably going to end up in a road rage. So, but this is going to be a follow-up video from yesterday. I was supposed to have gone live during a one-on-one personal phone call with operations manager for my area, which did not happen, although I was very ready for it. It didn't happen at that time. I actually was in the meeting on time. They set it up to where you go into a private room, sort of, so you can face-to-face, but I was there. I joined the meeting and was kicked out of that room once the meeting time I had scheduled in their calendar was over, and I was the only one there. I just figured, okay, well, maybe I missed something, so I went ahead and rechecked my email, made sure I did everything properly. So it was about between 25 and 30 minutes later when I received a personal phone call from operations manager, and she truly apologized, seemed a little stressed out. I would be if I had her job right now. Apologies, stating that, you know, she's late, very sorry, very busy that morning, and what were my questions regarding the new pay scale. I then realized I was talking to the same person that I was in teleconference with on, I believe it was November 11th, 19th, somewhere around there. And I proceeded to ask, you know, the same question again that we're all asking, and that is, what are we being paid and why? What percentage of what is the number? Give us a number to each of these various factors that are included in when you're offering us a batch. And at first I realized she was going to start by giving me the standard rehearsed shopper guidelines answer. So I just stopped right then and there, and I said, okay, wait a minute, hold on, let me rephrase this just to make sure we're both on the same page and we have the same understanding of the question that I'm asking. For example, recently under the new pay structure, I have here and there received batches that, let's say, oh, heavy order pay included, I said. So, and I had my pen ready. What is the dollar amount of that heavy pay included of these orders? And she says, well, because at this time, you know, weight is very, very hard for us to determine. Our system's having a few problems determining that, and so we can't, there is no number as to what the heavy order item pay is. And I said, no number. Okay, well, are there any numbers? Are there any numbers to the incentives, the factors, anything that you are going into when you are offering us our incentive? No, I'm sorry. And at this time, we have no intention or planning to change the new structure of our pay. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss? And I thought to myself really quickly, okay, well, she's rushed, she's out of time. And so I quickly went in to say, okay, well, let me just ask you this then before we separate here. Where in my contract, can you please point out where in my contract that I signed, because I know I signed stating I would be paid a separate delivery fee and a separate per item fee on before any bumps or bonuses are included, and that these rates would be could change but would be posted every day in the shopper app. I don't see these rates anywhere. Can you tell me in my contract where it's okay that these rates are not there? At that time, her response was, I can't answer that for you. Please forward, go through the shopper app, typical standard process, submit a request to see your operations, or to forward to your local operations manager. And at that time, they will, you ask to review your contract agreement with Instacart. It will get forwarded to the legal team department, who can answer those questions to review your contract personally with you. I said, well, okay then. I've tried that already. Been there, done that. So where do I stand now? She says, you know, at this time, Instacart believes, and we are following all legal procedures. There is no unfair contractual duties between us, that Instacart will say, basically she's telling me they believe they're following all their legal standards, but I don't believe that myself. That's my personal opinion. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I could be wrong, but my gut tells me they're not following crap. We all know it. It's just out there somewhere. So that's pretty much all that was able to be discussed in a nutshell with operations manager for my area. I have some intentions on things that I am going to start following and doing next. I wish that yesterday I had the time to have updated everybody as I promised that I would, but I do have a life outside of Instacart as well, and I didn't have the time. I know there was someone who messaged me who was really, actively wanting to know what that follow-up was. I appreciate your message, and I know that I said that I would return back to you. I gave you half of it last night. I apologize. I did not go back to messaging you. I didn't even get home until late. If you have any more questions about it, there's not too much more detail. It was very put out there and plain and simple. That was my answer. And have a great day. I have to go into this store now and Instacart.